This is Megan with SouthOrd. In this video, we'll talk about the assembly of our tubular picks. We sometimes have customers who've disassembled their tubular lock picks and need help putting them back together again. So we thought this might be a good video to do. It can also be helpful to remove the collar and picking needles every once in a while from the picks and clean out the grooves. Grime from the locks can build up in the grooves with use over time, so keeping them clean can help keep the picking needles moving smoothly. We make 3 types of tubular picks. The TPXA7 is a 7-pin tubular pick and is designed for 7-pin center tubular locks. We make the TPXA8. It's an 8-pin tubular pick and is designed for 8-pin and 7-pin offset tubular locks. And we make the TPXA10. It's a 10-pin tubular pick and is designed for 10-pin tubular locks. Now to disassemble the pick, we will fold down our little collar band here and expose our set screw. We'll remove the set screw using the hex wrench that's included with the picks. Careful, it's tiny, we don't want to lose it. Now we'll loosen the nut here and pull down the collar to the end of the tube and carefully pull it off the body. Now the picking needles, they're going to fall away, so we'll just set them aside. And we'll pull off the washer as well and set that aside. Now at this point, if grime has built up in the grooves, you can use just a dry cloth to wipe away the grime from the grooves. And then just reassemble the parts back onto the pick. I can't think of a reason why you would need to disassemble it any further than this, but since we're doing a video on the assembly, we'll go ahead and continue. For the collar, we will remove the nut. There's a little compression ring that's inside of the collar assembly. Normally it just sits right on top of the O-rings, but it looks like it's gotten caught up there in the nut. So there we go. Setting the nut aside. Take our compression ring. Normally, as I said, you'll usually just find it sitting on top of the O-rings like that, but it might get stuck up there in the nut. We'll set that aside as well. And we will take out the 2 rubber O-rings that's inside the male collar. And then remove the collar band. And that's it. It's fully disassembled. Now to reassemble the tubular pick, we'll go ahead and do everything in reverse order, starting with a collar assembly. We'll stack up our 2 rubber O-rings one at a time inside the male collar. I'm going to push them down to get them lined up evenly. 1 and then 2 right on top of the other. Then our compression ring sits right on top of those. And the female nut here sits on top of that. And I'm not going to screw this down all the way. I'm just going to get it started. Always forget about that collar band. The collar band just sits over the set screw, kind of covers it and keeps it secure in place there. I'll fit that right over there too. There we go. Okay. We'll slide our washer back on. Then we're going to slide on our collar. There is a small dimple on the side of the pick body. You want to line up your set screw hole with the dimple, like so. We won't slide up the collar just yet. We're just going to leave it at the end of the tube, and then we'll slide in our picking needles one at a time. Now, like I said, I've got the TPXA7 7-pin tubular pick, so I have 7 picking needles. You might have 7, 8, or 10 picking needles depending upon which type of pick you have. Then I'm going to pull up the collar, lining the set screw hole up with the dimple, lining it right on top of it. And I'll turn my set screw in. Need to pull that collar band down just a bit. There we go. So again, the set screw hole is lined up over the dimple, turning the set screw in. I will turn it in completely, and then I will turn it in 1/2 turn back. That keeps the collar attached to the pick body, but keeps it free floating so that the picking needles move evenly back and forth along the whole pick. I'm going to pull up the collar band here. There we go. And I'm going to, the washer here, its purpose is just to make lining up the picking needles quick and easy for you. With each picking attempt, you'll want to make sure that the picking needles are lined up flush with the end of the pick. So the washer, you can just pull down and then press the end of the pick on the table there to line them up evenly at the end of the tube. And then finally, I'm going to screw the nut all the way in. I just want to make sure it locks completely. I'm just kind of pressing the picking needles down at the end of the tube as I lock it, just to make sure they're flush there at the end. Okay, got it locked completely, and I'm just gently to press each picking needle to make sure they're locked. I'm not going to pull them down, I'm just checking gently to make sure they're locked. And that's it. That is the assembly of our tubular picks. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching.